of that you're not satisfied with the level of progress that your environment or your community is faced with, and you want to set the pace, you want to set a new agenda, you want to develop something innovative and something very resourceful to contribute toward nation building and global recognition. I'm excited to have all of you joining in, and I hope that this interaction, let's see it more as an interaction rather than a keynote. I want us to have this interpersonal experience. My strategy or my way of instructing is not just to give the slides and to give the instruction, is to have you the centerpiece of the discussion, because I take this from the fact that Africa, our education system, has made the students to be the instead of our students to be the subject of the teaching, they have now been the object. There's a difference. Students in our education system now, they are not the subject of instruction, they are the object of instruction. And when we say students are the object of instruction, you have a teacher that prepares lessons, and with a presumption in mind, he thinks that 1, 2, and 3 will be okay for you. He comes and then he dumps those information into the person or the group of persons. And after a period of time, they have evaluation, and then whatever that has been taught is expected that you regurgitate that, you give that back to the person who have taught. That model of instruction has not served us well in Africa. It has produced more what I call photocopied and more regurgitated people. It has not produced the innovative leaders that Africa needs. It has not produced the inventive leaders that Africa needs. So we should start to remodel the way that we teach all across Africa. Instead of the students to be the object of the presentation, students must be the subject. Now, when you are the subject, it means that before we start to discuss issues, we should have an understanding about who we are about to talk to. So always before I go on any engagement, I always ask the host, what are the demographics of these people? Where do they come from? What are their educational background? What do they study? What are their involvement? Are they business people? Are they people having the idea of wanting to start business? Are they graduating seniors at their universities? Are they high school students? Are they self-supported students? Are they studying foreign lands? I want to know the demographics of these people, because if I don't know the demographics, then I also want to know a key component called infographics. What are their gender? What are their sex? What are their thinking patterns and their thought patterns? With that information, I can be able to understand squarely that this group of people that I'm about to share a piece of information with, these are the pieces of information that will be relevant to their human condition. And I believe that whichever sector that you find yourself, whether you are a student, whether you're a business person, that is how to approach whatever marketing strategy that you will have. Instead of looking at your consumers or your clients or your customers as the object of sales, look at them as the subject. The entire sales process must be surrounding them. You must have a 360, someone say kaleidoscopic understanding of them. You must know your customer, you must know your client, you must know your consumers in and out. There and then, you will be best fated to be able to give them the kind of information. Normally during sales session, the old school way used to be that you talk more and allow the client to talk less. Doing that will not improve the sales process. It will not lend you major sales. Nowadays, it's often good to allow the prospect to talk. Listen to the prospect. Listen to what drives him to buy. Listen to his concerns. What influences his decision? It's often good to listen. And listening is a skill. Many people think that listening is a passive action. No, listening is not a passive action. It's an active action. It's active in the sense that when you're listening, you're not only listening with your ears, you're listening with all the sensory organs that you have. You're listening with your nose, you're listening with your eyes, you're listening to feel the mood that the client is in. So, for example, if I am talking to a client and I want to listen with my eyes, I want to see the lifestyle that client has. Is he a middle incomer? Is he one of the masses driven person? Is he a luxury driven person? I'm listening with my eyes. I'm looking at the nuances around him. I'm looking at his ambience. So it's not a passive process that I just sit and say, okay, I understand. Okay, I know what you want. Okay. You must listen with your eyes. You listen with your sensory organs, not just your ears. It helps. Because this whole idea of sales and sales and sales and sales, everything has to do with your ability to listen. If you can listen honestly, you will be able to gauge the needs of the customer. You'll be able to gauge the desires of the customer. As I always say, people do not buy things on the basis of logic. No one go and buy something on the basis of how logical that thing is. They buy it on the basis of desire. People now want an iPhone 13, not because iPhone 13 has high iOS processor space or all of that. They want iPhone 13 because when their friends tend to take picture in front of the mirror, they do it like this, and they come with all these flashy photos, all these flashy photo editing software. It's on the basis of desire. They want to be part of the crowd. It's something in marketing they call FOMO, fear of missing out. That's the reason they want to buy that. So you see, someone will take $1,500 just to buy a single phone. And you'll understand what rationality is behind that decision. If I had $1,500, I could do several things with it. Assuming I don't have nothing to do, no business idea to do with 1,500, I will carry to my local commercial bank and buy treasury bills from the Central Bank of Liberia. Many of you don't know what treasury bills are. So go to your commercial banks, ask them what a treasury bill is. Someone is saying they're not hearing the speaker. Is this information the same all across so that I can use the headphone? You can write in the comment section if you're not hearing me. Okay, I think it's becoming ubiquitous. So let me use the headphone. Okay, let me use this headphone. How about this? Is it okay? Is it okay? Good. Yes, as I was saying, if I had $1,500 and I wanted to buy, if I had nothing to do, no business idea with that, instead of buying an iPhone 13, I will go to one of the commercial banks and ask my commercial bank for something they call treasury bills. Now, people do not know how these things work, how the financial system work to make people grow wealth over time. So they think that it's only saving money, carrying money in bank, and after per annum they add 10% interest. You can actually be a shareholder in a bank, whereas you're just a regular customer. So yes, fear of missing out. That's the reason why most people get to buy trending technology. Most people get to buy trending gadgets and equipment. And marketers know that so well. So they'll try to create the seizing reality around that. You must get this particular digital gadget, or you must get this particular apparatus, so that it creates that sense of fear of missing out. But let's shift a little to what we will talk about today. Maybe we can get those feedback during our question and answer discussion. Today, we want to talk about customer relationship management. And I have assumed that a lot of you in the audience will be involved with service businesses. A lot of you will be involved with service businesses. Only maybe a relative few will be doing a product business. And the reason is simple. Establishing service business is very easy as compared to establishing a product management business, because there's a lot that goes into developing a product, ensuring that the product meets the test of universality, that the product meets, if it is an environmental product, it meets environmental standards. If it's a health related product, it meets all of the clinical tests and trials. But for service business, it doesn't have to pass through all of those bureaucracies. So I have assumed that a lot of you in the audience will already be thinking about establishing a service business or currently running a service business. Customers, what we call clients. Customers are the centerpiece. Customers are the heartbeat. Customers are the sinew of businesses. You cannot have a business without customers. That's not a business. There's no business without a customer. In fact, before you decide to open any business, the first question you must ask yourself, who are willing to buy this? Who are willing to sacrifice money for this value that I'm offering? Who will be willing to subscribe to this idea? That's the first question you should ask yourself before thinking about finding the necessary capital. So customers are critical to the survival of any business. Customers are very critical. So it is important that you learn how to manage the relationship you as an entrepreneur should have with your customer, or how to cultivate a healthy relationship with your customer. And we're so happy that the Jonah Toba School of Leadership and Development, and more importantly, for the sake of this summit, the Tarwoe Global Consultancy has set up this conference, this summit, so that entrepreneurs, as you are, can have an understanding on how to improve your customer relationship management strategies. So, as you see on the screen, customer relationship management, as popularly is known as CRM, is both an art and a science. It is an art because it involves the conveyance of human behavior and feelings and human intentions. It is a science because the results can be measured and you can predict to some accurate extent the measure. So it is both a science because the results can be gauged, it can be predicted, and it's also an art because it involves human behavior and the interactions, of human behavior and the interactions of humans. Now, let's go to the second slide. This discussion should last for 45 minutes, so we're trying to be as quick as possible. Now, so the entire philosophy, the entire idea of customer relationship management is about assisting organizations, assisting businesses, assisting institutions to gain more information about the clients they serve, to gain information about the sales that they are carrying out, the marketing strategies, the responsiveness, the various trends in the market. Now, with this information, you can use this information to gain insight into the behavior of customers, into how you can even retain your customers. Because if you're not following the market trend, if you're not following how your sales are going, if you're not following the latest marketing effective strategies that your marketing team is using, you will not be in any position to help your organization or your institution. That's the reason why customer relationship management is so critical in the overall profitability of a company. If you're a CEO, a managing director, vice president for marketing, chief
financial officer, you must always pay attention to the customer relationship management process, because that is the boon of the entire framework. The entire business framework, the customer relation management, is very critical to the survival of the business, because you're not only creating newer customers in your business, you're maintaining the old customers. You're maintaining the old customers, and customer retention plays a critical role too, because the current customers that you already have, they will serve as character examples or character witnesses and refer your service or refer your product to other clients that will come your way. So it's very key, if you understand the strategies that are involved in customer relationship management. Let's go to the next slide. Now, there are different types of customer relationship management tools that we use. As I said earlier, customer relationship management is both an art and a science. And the tools that we use in customer relationship management, they are the scientific tools that help us to gauge the responses of the customer, that help us to gauge the thinking or thought patterns of the customers, that help us to gauge their buying or their taste patterns. So one of the tools that we use at TAG Global Consultancy for most of our clients is what we call the Salesforce automation. The Salesforce automation. Now we're in a digitally controlled world. Everything has to be automated. You cannot run a business on plain sheets of paper or flying sheets, keeping your records on flying sheets. You will not be able to gauge progress. You will not be able to gauge even if the business is slipping. The world has moved from an analog stage to a digital stage. So most of the tools that we use are digitally supported tools that help us to ease up our work and be able to gauge the level of sales that we are generating or the level of leads that we are generating. So one of the tools that we usually help our clients with is what we call the Salesforce automation. Now, this Salesforce automation helps companies to track or record each of the different stages of the sales process. Now, the sales process is a very long process. That's a different symposium discussion for another class. The sales process is a long process. It starts with the inquiry. It starts with the inquisition from the client, or even reaching out from the business angle. Even you have your sales rep, what we call a sales representative or sales executive. It starts from there. So our Salesforce automation process, it keeps a track account of all of the different stages that the entire sales process revolves around. So this software, it enables the business owner or the entrepreneur to understand different information about the clients that he will deal with. Because each information about a client is peculiar in their experience. And I just give you an example. There are many clients who, when you place a cold call to them and tell them that, hey, I have this very unique service that I'm offering, is especially designed for people like you who are not able, for example, you work from 9 to 5, I run a laundry business, is for people who are not able to return home and wash their clothes. And this service is unique because I get to come to your offices, pick up your dirty laundry, get to wash them, iron them, and deliver them back to your office the next day. You get to meet them fresh and clean, and you get to pay me back. You place that brilliant business proposition to the person. Now, the person is busy, maybe in a management meeting or somewhere else discussing something different. The person, okay, Mohammed, I got you. Mohammed Sharif, you say you're from Mohammed and Sons Laundry, right? Okay, I got you. I'll give you a call back. Now, before shutting down the phone, it is often good to ask the person, when is it feasible or proper for me to call you back? And if you don't ask that question, you are missing out key detail. Because if you just say, okay, call me back when you're done, no customer will call you back like that unless it's a pressing need or an emergency. And even before they call you, they'll try to scroll all through their phones to see which contact. And you don't want your customers to be going through the hassle. So it's often good for you to ask, when is it feasible? When is it feasible for me to call you back? Maybe the man say it's feasible for you to call me back by Friday. Ask him, Friday, what time? Maybe you say Friday, 12 noon. Now mark that time in your jotter and mark key points, especially from your conversation. Maybe when you were talking with him, he used very key terms. Maybe if you're very paying attention, if you're paying attention very much, maybe he used some critical, terms that can relate to the kind of work that he does. Maybe he sounds so rushy. Maybe he sounds. Remember key details from the conversation. Jot it down. So the next time that you call, maybe the Friday that he says you should call, when you call him, say, Mr. Duncan, the last time when I called you, you sounded like you were in a meeting, you were discussing this, and we had this discussion. You told me to call you back on Friday. Now the person will sit and understand that this particular business or this particular service provider is not just interested in my money, but he's interested in my well-being because he pays attention to the detail. So what our Salesforce automation software package does is each layer of the sales process, it allows us to track down each layer. Let's go to the second type of customer relationship management type that we deal with. The next one is customer service. The next one is where Talawale, you gotta, yeah. The next one is customer service. Now, in customer service, we know technology now has brought a lot of innovation to customer service. We have call centers, we have call routing solutions that can assist businesses in attending to customers. Now, the goal in marketing is no longer customer service only. The goal in marketing now is customer experience. There's a difference between customer experience and customer service. Remember from the introduction, I said the goal, one of the thing we have to rethink our education system in Africa is instead of making the students the object of instruction, we must make them the subject of the instruction. Same with customers. Instead of making the customers the object of the sales, we must make them the subject of the sales. And that is the whole idea of what we call customer experience. So customer experience encompasses all the different processes a customer will be faced with when he deals with your service business or your product business. What can the customer take away after he has done business with you? Can he remember that your service was fast? Can he remember that the people who provided the service, they were very courteous? Can he remember that the service is affordable? Can he also remember that he was treated with respect and dignity? Can he also remember that when he did business with you, that both parties did not feel cheated? Because I kid you not, no one does business out of not making profit. Everyone does business to make profit. But there are times that people, customers, when they do business with us, afterward, they feel cheated. They feel as if as they have lost a huge chunk of money. If that is the case, my dear entrepreneurs, you need to work on your customer experience strategy. When a customer leaves your office or leave your service center, they should feel it was a quid pro quo interchange, meaning you benefit, I benefit. No one should feel cheated. Each person should feel that Value has been exchanged, value has been given, and value has been received. So start to think about customer experience. Start to think about customer experience and customer service. Let's go to the last CRM type. We have analytics automation. Analytics automation. So analytics automation is one of the applications that we use to help businesses and entrepreneurs to be able to track their sales and marketing. Now, the idea behind analytics automation now is to allow companies to have a comprehensive understanding of why clients or why customers prepare certain services over the other. So now every platform has analytics. Even Facebook has analytics. Even Instagram has analytics. The reason these platforms have analytics is to allow the owners of this platform or the servers of this platform to be able to understand the engagement. How are people engaging this particular service, this particular aspect of my business? So it's often good, and this is what we help businesses to do. If you're running business and at Tarwoe Global Consultancy, this is what we do. We help you to develop your own level of analytics so that you can see scientifically and be able to track the level of engagement between your clients or your customers and your business. Because without informed data, you cannot make informed decisions. Without informed data, you cannot make informed decision. And when you cannot make informed decision, you will not be able to transform your business. That is the pattern. Without informed data, you cannot make informed decision. Without informed decision, you cannot transform your business. If you cannot transform your business, you will cease to be a business person. So it's very critical in the existence of your business. Let's go to the next slide. The purposes, why do we adopt customer relationship management? Why should we adopt customer relationship management? Why is it important? There are several reasons why it's important, but let's look at some of the few that we have. The first one is it helps to develop better communication channels. If you understand customer relationship management, all of the different types that we explained, you'll be able to communicate with your clients in a more efficient way. You'll be able to collect the customer data more efficiently. You'll be able to create individual profiles of your customer. Remember, every customer is unique. Every customer is unique in his own sense. You cannot generalize. You cannot generalize people and say, oh yeah, all of them. Every customer is unique. Even though they share some psychographic or demographic, but each person has a unique sense of identity. Now, customer relationship management will help you to be more effective to reach your marketing KPIs. It will help you to improve your customer service and support. It will help you to enhance your customer loyalty programs. And it will also help you to identify new opportunities to sell your service or to sell your product. All right, let's go to the next slide. Now, after we have discussed the types of customer relationship management, let's now look at the different customer relationship marketing strategies. Now, this is key. We've understood the importance of having customers in our business. How can we ensure that these customers, they are retained or we have more of them? So the following strategies that we'll be discussing will help us to understand how we can retain customers and or how to have new ones. The first one is make every customer interact. Make every customer interact. So you don't want to have the sense where customers come to your business, it is just transactional. Do not create a transactional feeling in your customers. If customers only think that they come and do business at your area, that relationship is only transactional. Lay your money here, lay my banner here, lay your money here, lay your food here. That kind of transactional relationship, it doesn't add to the substance and value. The person will not see reason of coming back because the relationship is so transactional. The relationship is so transactional. And even let me just slip away, for you young men, let me just slip away small. If you in a relationship with a girl or woman, if the relationship is only transactional, if you can have time to talk about life goals, life purposes, life challenges, if you can have time to play, if you can have time to experience nature, if you can have time to experience the fun side, the critical side of each other, that relationship, if it is only transactional, is headed nowhere. The same with business. If the customer only comes to your business, you pay money after that, you allow the customer to go home just like that with the product or the service, there will be no sense of identity to your business, to that customer. The relationship should not be transactional. It should be translational. It should translate into another thing. It should translate into friendship. It should translate into a sense of loyalty. Okay, let's go to the second point. Follow through on commitments and claims about product or services. This is very critical. There are a lot of our people in Liberia and in Africa who do not pay attention to following through or following up. If you say that this product will help me grow 6 packs in 6 weeks, and I bought this your product, and after 7 months, I'm yet to grow my first 1 pack, and you don't care about whether my 1 pack or my 6 pack is growing, you don't care about that, I will never refer anybody to your product. I myself will feel taken advantage of. I will not want to spend any money on that product again. But if I bought your product and this product says you can develop 6 pack in 7 weeks, and after 2 months, I have not developed 6 packs, but the person who sold the product to me keeps calling me and asking me for progress, and we're having that back and forth conversation. I mean, I may not readily think that I'm being cheated in the process, because I will feel like I'm part of this entire growth. And it's very important for those of you who sell these, how they call it, skin lotion or body lotion or skin lightening stuff. Oftentimes you have people, they buy your product, they use it, you don't even go back to them and ask them after 2 weeks for the result. You don't even go back and question them, how did your skin react to this? I mean, can you also tell us some of the shortcomings of this product that you were using? A lot of us, we only think that the sales process ends when the cash is delivered into our hands or the mobile money alert is received, or the MoneyGram or whatever mode of transaction you use. That is not the end of the sale process. Every one of my customer that I serve, I have their number, I have sat with them, I have eaten with them. I know if they're married, I know their wife. If they have children, I know their children. If they are living in Mount Barkley, I have been to their house. I'm not doing that because I'm less busy, no. I'm not doing that because I have nowhere to go, no. I'm doing that because if you build relationship, if you follow up through with people, it becomes difficult for them to break that cycle. It becomes difficult. But if you just take everything so lightly, oh yeah, you'll come back again, I have the best product here. I mean, come on, this is the most, this is the fastest, service that he can get. So he will come back. Follow through, learn to follow through. The other thing to do to help you improve in your customer relationship and retention strategy is to listen to customers. Listen. Listen to customers. Customers are they are in direct touch with the market. They are the ones that understand the market. If you're not listening to your customer, if the customer say, look, this particular thing, maybe you're selling a skin lotion. This particular thing, it puts bomb on my skin after I finish taking bath when using it. Do not quickly dismiss the person claims are false. Take time to listen. Maybe that person has an underlying dermatological condition that they may have not, checked on. But if you're not listening, you'll not be able to advise. It's often good to listen. You must handle complaints with very good care. Do not be quick to dismiss people complain as being irrational or being irresponsible. Be available. Be accessible when your customers have qualms, when they have complaints. Be accessible. Listen to your customers. They feel the pinch. In fact, as a business leader, you should have the mind of the customer. You should have the mind of the customer. Let's go to following the next slide. Surround your customer with valuable information. We're discussing customer relationship management strategy, how to retain customers, how to get new customers. Surround your customer with valuable information. You always want to keep your customers informed about the latest trends or the latest developments in whatever sector that you're in. If you are a software developing company, you always want to be the first to break the news in the software space. You always want to be the first to inform the people on the trending technology. Do not say, oh, because I do not sell. Maybe if you're in the IT sector, maybe you develop website, you build software applications for a company. Do not say, oh, because I do not sell iPhones, I do not sell these accessories. So if Apple releases a new product, I will not talk about it. No. As long as you're in the sector, whichever new information that comes from that sector, be the first to break it. And if possible, provide an expert opinion on it. It helps your customer to see that you are an authority. It helps your customer to see that you understand the service or the product that you are offering. Always surround your customers with valuable information. Let's go to the next slide. Reward your loyal customers. It's very important. No one wants to keep putting in money, and not getting anything out. Even if that rubber band that you will give to your customer for being loyal to you, give it. Loyalty pays. I'm looking for one quality that is so priceless other than loyalty. I'm still looking. Love, loyalty, peace. There's nothing like loyalty. If a woman says she loves you, if she's not loyal to you, that's not love. Loyalty is key. Loyalty is key. So if a customer keeps coming back to you, he's not doing that because he has no option. No, he's doing that. Part of the reason he's doing that, maybe you have, an excellent service or affordable prices, but how can you yourself appreciate the customer? Have customer loyalty programs. So for example, one of the businesses that I consult for, it's a hospitality business. They're into this restaurant stuff. So the lady has like two restaurants across. One is in the Painesville area, one is in Central. Yeah. So majority of our customers are men, and men who after working they go say drink beer and do this. So I told her, I said, these people, they have options. They will drive from their offices to come way in Painesville here to your place. It is not because they want to come and see your fine face or because your beer is cool. No, I mean, those are part of the reason why people go there. But there is some level of attachment that they have to this place. So on your part, there's a way that you can show that you are loyal to that arrangement. Because loyalty is a two-way cord. If one aspect of the cord is not strong, if it is weak, that cord cannot hold tight. So loyalty has to be rewarded. Loyalty has to be rewarded. So I told her, create these customer loyalty cards. So first thing I asked her, list all your customers. She listed a total of 97 of them that she could remember offhand. Listed in 97. Then I started to ask her particular questions. Among these people, who are the most regular customers? Then she started, we withdrew the list down to, I think, 40 something. I said, categorize these customers into VVIP, VIP, and regular, or what we call gold, platinum, silver, and bronze. Give them the customer loyalty card. Each of those cards, they have a particular discount attached. So if you're a gold subscriber or a gold customer, you have, say, for example, 50% discount each time you come and buy a drink or you come and buy food. If you're a silver customer, maybe you have 5% discount each time you present your silver customer loyalty card to the cashier. Now, pray tell me, if I have 20 bucks in my pocket and I have my customer loyalty card in my pocket and I won't go flex, and I know that I'm a gold, subscriber, and my mass small, you think I'll go start to different person business to go support my small ma, whereas I can have top-notch quality service that if I go to that business where I have my customer loyalty card at, that will be able to get valuable service. Ultimately, my traffic will be driven to where I have my customer loyalty. So that's just one of the many ways that we can keep customers coming and pulling out to us. That's just one of the many ways. Let's go to the next slide. Now, before we get into pricing, I would like to ask whether we have any question, because I'm told this presentation is 45 minutes. I don't want to run late. I'm told the presentation is 45 minutes. So before we get to pricing.
Of course, I think we can just conclude, sir. Then right after we can take the questions.
Okay, let me conclude, then we take the question. Now, how do you price your service businesses? As I stated earlier, I had the presumption on the basis of the available data that was supplied to me about the people who were participating in the summit, young entrepreneurs who are aspiring for change, and many of them are into social venture, others are into service business, but the gross majority are into service business. So I had this presumption to use service businesses because of the average majority into service business. But these concepts and these principles, they are universally true. They can be applied to even a product business, right? So how do you price your service business, or how do you price your business? Say you're just come entrepreneur. How do you set the prices on your business? In addition to the wholesale price and the cost that you can incur when you get in the service or the product to your customer, what are other strategies to use to price your business? Because pricing is critical. It is pricing that will determine who will come to do business with you, who will not come to do business with you. If you're not cognizant and cumbersome with pricing strategies, you will not be able to succeed in the business world. Let's look at the first pricing strategy. How do you price your product? Let's go back to the first one. The first pricing strategy is called market penetration strategy. Now, for market penetration, it is normally used for people who want to enter new markets. So say, for example, if I want to enter the wholesale business, wholesale distribution of maybe whatever product that I have, I'll look at my competitors, I'll look at the prices that they are offering, and I'll offer the lowest prices because I want to penetrate their customer base. I want to divide their customer base. I want to suck up all of the people who are currently leaching to their base. So the market penetration strategy is to set the prices low so that you can grow your market share. Once your market share grows now, it gets at a level where you're able to express a particular satisfaction, and you have held these people onto you, they become loyal to you, you can now start to set up different prices. Let's go to the next strategy. Price skimming. Now, price skimming is the opposite of a market penetration strategy. So in price skimming, what you do is you set a high price first so that people get to see, yeah, these people, they just come in. And there is this funny thing. There's this funny thing about human perception that if this can of buffalo is sold for $10 US, I am automatically ascribing excellence to this can of buffalo. That I think that this small drink at the post anything that immediately powerful. That is the human perception. People believe that once the price is high, it means it's of higher, value. So in price skimming, what you do is you set the prices very high first, but over time you try to adjust the prices so that it fits the modern day realities. Let's go to the third one, the third strategy. Let's go to the third strategy. Premium pricing. Now this is the premium pricing strategy is what most I want to say most luxurious businesses use the premium pricing. They set their prices so high because they feel that they feel that what they are offering is of higher value, in fact, the highest value. And I think it's so idiosyncratic to them that no other person can do it. So yeah, this is so premium. That's called premium pricing. Nobody can offer that particular service. So for example, if you're running a 360 camera service, because no other person has 360 degree camera, you see, I'm charging $25 per hour. That's premium price. No other person offer that service. Only you offering 360 camera shoot. So the question to ask yourself before you start putting premium services is, do I have exclusive tools or technology that make my business easier to work with than my other competitors? How unique are my services as compared to my other competitors? What extra technology am I using to make my service or my value that I'm offering to my customers or my clients easier, affordable, and in real time? Because there should be something very unique about you before you offer premium prices. There should be something very unique about you. If it is technology, if it is delivery time, if it is whatever that is so unique, maybe the quality of what you use. All right, let's go to the fourth method of pricing. So cost plus pricing. Cost plus pricing. So in cost plus pricing, what we do is we calculate the cost of producing this particular service or this particular product. We add that particular margin to so the cost of producing it. And so in production term, let me give you an example. Say I'm producing palm oil, edible palm oil. I will add the cost of production, and in palm oil business, production starts from the farm. If I have laborers on my farm, I will aggregate the total cost of how much I pay these people to be able to thresh my farm, to be able to break the canals, the shaft, and get the palm oil from there. I'll add all of that, the cost of doing that. I'll add the cost of running even the machines there, because the machines, they need to be powered. So cost plus pricing actually involve the cost of producing something. So for example, if you know your time and your material costs $200 and you want to make a profit margin of 20%, then 20% of 200 is 20. So you add that 20 to 200, that 20 to 200, then you have 240. But you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful in cost plus pricing. You have to be very careful, because many a times your cost may not be as it might not be as realistic as what you want to charge your consumers. And many of the businesses that you may be involved with, they are service business. So the production cost may not be very high. It will involve, maybe, say for example, if you're running a delivery business, the production cost will just be maybe fuel for the motorcycle. That's all. So like that, you want to look at the distance the person is running, and to be able to add the fuel price, divide whatever margin or profit that you want to make. So that is one way we set our prices, using a cost plus pricing method. What is the other way? Bundled pricing. Bundled pricing is one. And someone said they are like in economics class. Yeah. I mean, it's part of it. So bundled pricing is one of the strategies that entrepreneurs use to set the prices of their services. Now, instead of charging one price, we charge for the entire package. So for example, and for bundle pricing, most of these GSM companies, I see them using it. They say, you buy the phone, we give you the SIM card free. You've heard about that kind of strategy, right? You buy this new Airtel phone, we give you one Orange, for example, or one Lone Star SIM card free, and then you have 3 months of data, you have 3 months of calls, voice call, on-net calls, all that yada yada. That is bundle pricing. That is bundle pricing. So all of these, even bigger businesses are making use of these these pricing strategies. But we, the common person, we understand the metrics that involved, and these people are succeeding because they understand the strategies behind pricing. So when you have a product or a service, you don't just jump and say, to call here, la $5. To call here, la $5. To do the other way, la $8. You must understand the different strategies that are put in place for pricing or service or a commodity. Let's come to another strategy. Now we have the good, better, best strategy. Now this is one of my favorite pricing strategy. So if I know I have plenty of products to sell, instead of just selling them one, I would try to create in the mindset of my clients or my customers that this is of a higher superior quality, this is the highest superior quality, and this is the basic quality. So think about cable television. I don't know many of you whether you were in Liberia. They have DSTV. So DSTV has the what's the packages of DSTV? What's it? How do they call they got premium, they got regular, and then they have what? Premium, regular, and some compact. Yeah. So they have the compact, they have the premium, and then they have the regular package. So it makes you think, okay, if I hear premium, that's the highest quality. So that's the good, better, best pricing strategy. That's the good, better, best pricing strategy. So if you have a lot of product to sell, instead of selling them one, you can use the good, better, best strategy. Yes. So on that note, I would like to say thanks for having me tonight. I don't want to step above my time. I was told to do this in 45 minutes. That's the reason you saw me, yeah, going through with speed. I don't know whether you got some of the points, but thank you so much for the interaction. I look forward to all of the questions that will come from